Hello. We've had an announcement from the Chancellor that the furlough scheme, the job retention scheme, is to be extended until the end of October. Many who are claiming under the scheme, there are apparently 1 million businesses and 7.5 million employees covered by the scheme, claiming under the scheme so far, with over 10 billion claims so far. So they'll be very happy, and anyone else that's going to claim under the scheme will be very happy that it's going to be extended to the end of October. There's effectively two stages. So until the end of July, the scheme will remain as it is. So you'll get the lower of 80% of your salary, or £2,500 per month. So that's how the scheme will continue until the end of July. At that point, there'll be a review. There'll probably be a review slightly before that point to try to introduce some additional flexibility to align with the flexibility that the government's trying to have with people going back to work, probably gradually going back to work. So while we'll have the details of this flexibility in May, this month, later this month, it's likely that the flexibility will be to facilitate part-time return, with the employer contributing, as it were, a little more towards the continuation of the employee's salary. Now, exactly how that's going to work, whether it will be correlated to the amount of the week that the employee goes back and works for, if it's part-time, we don't know. As I said, we'll be seeing some further detail on that shortly. So we have an extension to October. We have a continuation of the scheme exactly as it is, with 80% or 2,500, the lower of those two amounts, being paid when you're on furlough until the end of July. And then we'll see what flexibility looks like in relation to the continuation of the scheme from the end of July to the end of October. But all round, generally good news. This has been received very, very well by many of the industry bodies, CBI, Small Business Federation, just saying this is a good thing, and everyone will feel mightily relieved by it. What hasn't changed, I feel obliged to mention this, of course, is for SME owners. The amount that you can claim under furlough is still related only to salary. Dividends are definitely not covered. And of course, remember that to claim, you need to carry out no productive work, effectively no work that generates income for the employer. So no services carried out for or on behalf of the employer. If you're a shareholder, you can carry out statutory duties. One of those duties, as I think we've mentioned before, is to promote the success of the company, but the revenue guidance is very clear that you should do no work that generates revenue for the company. So there's the update. Good news all round, an extension till October. Watch this space for the details on what flexibility means from the 31st of July, and we'll be covering that in a bulletin and probably another video.